right? We not having that. We want to build a community, forever. Kids win, we win. Period. All right, we back. Class is in session. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of A.M.UNIVERSITY. I'm your host, Antoine Miller. Wayne.
What's good with you?
What you looking at, man? What we on, Wayne?
36.
You ain't got nobody for 36? That's a tough number. That's like a slot corner.
Rasheed Wallace?
Rasheed Wallace was 36. I was thinking about a football guy, but because I can't think of nobody that had number 36.
36 is a hard number.
That's a hard number, man. How your week been, brother?
Everything good. Got the questions on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got some big questions for the GOAT.
That's some good
We got a
ones.
GOAT over here.
Stop it. I love those sneaks too. Those are my favorite sneakers.
Centerville Simbas in the
Coach
crib.
Orlando.
What y'all want to do?
What's up, brother?
What's going
Like,
on?
comment, subscribe early.
Yo, first of all, again, I know I keep telling you this, but we're so appreciative of you coming on. And I saw you say earlier that you love when people call you coach.
Yes.
I don't call everybody coach that coach me, right? So I want to put that out there because it is what it is. Everybody's not a coach, right? Okay. So anybody that really changed my life personally in some type of form or fashion, on or off the court or off the field, I call them coach for life. And I feel like you epitomize the things that where we're striving to be and what we need to be. I know you don't look for no recognition from anything. You do it out the kindness of your heart. But me and Wayne want to say that on this show to get it started, man. We're appreciative, man.
Man, I thank you too. Also.
We're appreciative, man.
I'm glad to be here.
My man. All right, so let's get it started. I want to start from the Simbas, right?
Sure.
Anybody on the East Coast that's somebody in youth football, in my opinion, they got to know who the Centerville Simbas is because y'all travel everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. I want to start there. And this is just based off our generation, right? Because that's all I know. I just know about our generation. I know from ahead. And you was an integral part in playing your part during that time and not just building, but continuing the illustrious tradition of the Centerville football team, all right, the Centerville football organization. So, what I want to start off with is your role in that, and when did you know that developing younger kids was a passion of yours, and that was going to pretty much dictate your life, because it seems like that's your entire life.
How did you get started?
How'd you get started?
So, the call,
right?
So basically. Before I started coaching, I was a member. I was a player for the Centerville Simbas. I started playing in '73. So the atmosphere was so great, and it was so nurturing because I was raised by a single mother. So I had these great men around me that it seemed like wherever I went, they were there because they was a part of the community. They were playing softball up there at that time. So the atmosphere was so great. So when I in 1989, I'm kind of established on my job for a year. I said now it's time for me to give back to honor those that helped me. And in particular, it was a teacher named Mr. Avant at Bonsall School. He just took me under his wings and gave me so much, and I know how good it felt to get it from him. So I started my journey. Now those first years at coaching in the Simbas, it was a pecking order, so I didn't have much say so. I was just there, but I was just learning and listening to Coach DeMary, Coach Art, Coach Drip, Coach Rowe, and all the guys that were there for years.
So you started out as like kind of like a
I was an assistant.
Yeah,
like, basically like an intern.
Just sitting there.
Yeah, and just soaking up knowledge.
That's what it is, though.
And there was so much knowledge out there, because those guys had done it for years, and I just was soaking it up. And man, when I say to you from just knowing how to talk to kids.
How old? Can we tell you how old is this started at?
I was 30 years. I was like 27, 26, 27, 20, maybe 26, 27, 28, and maybe 25. I don't know. But what happened, my first season there, a kid came to practice. He missed practice the day before. And I'm going to holler at him. Coach Mary said, whoa, asked him what's wrong. And he said, I said, why didn't he come to practice today? He said, Coach, my mom didn't come home. And I have a little brother and a little sister. And I'm not allowed to leave them in the house by themselves. So right then, Coach DeMary was teaching me, before you ever holler at a kid, ask them, hey, what's going on? How's everything? How you feeling today? What is this? What is that? So right away, I knew that maybe this kid might be suffering from something that we have no idea he's going through. But then the second thing Coach DeMary told me at a young age, what if this kid is getting hollered at home? Why would he want to come here? If he's getting hollered at and cussed at home, why would he want to be around me? So Coach DeMary told me in the beginning, always make sure that this is the best place they can be so they can come back. You know what I mean? So that was, and a lot of those things from the beginning stuck with me, so I knew how to talk to young men.
Coach Orlando.
Because you don't know the trauma that they're going through.
Listen, what you're saying is...
That was a gem, right?
It's so heavy what you just said.
That was heavy for a coach.
But go ahead.
Yeah, so it was more or less learning things like that first. Like just knowing how to talk to young men, because you don't know what they're going through. And then you can be in a position that later, because it was a teacher that said, kids don't care what you know until they know you care. So the way through a kid's brain is through his heart. And then, you know, I'm a part of the community, so, you know, I'm delivering mail, so I can say to you and Wayne, well, you could do this, you could do that, you could do this, you could do that, and then I get in the car and leave, and y'all never see me until the next practice or the next week. Y'all might see me in the corner store. Y'all might see me delivering mail. Y'all might see me helping my mom put groceries in the house, because I'm part of the community. So it's easier to help a kid when you're in the same environment that he's in.
We trust you.
Yeah, because you see me.
We
live in the same community. Like right now, I've actually had people say, well, where do you live now? I live on Browning Street. You still live on Browning Street? Yeah, where I'm gonna go? You know what I mean? And let me give a quick shout out to Coach Pat, Coach Bird, and Coach DeMary. Coach Pat lives out Parkside. Coach DeMary lives out Parkside. Coach Bird lives on Thurman Street.
Shout out to Camden.
Yeah, so Camden saved a lot of people. There was so much good going on here, and it still is.
Let me transition here, because you kind of already alluded to it. Like every time I talk to you and every time I see you talking, you talk about history of this city, like a lot, right? And Wayne can speak for herself, but I feel like our generation and me myself, I get caught up at times too. We don't always appreciate history, right? Talk about why that's so important, that we should understand, you know, the things that happened in the past, and, you know, transitioning to now.
Without a root, you have no tree. You know what I mean? You have no fruit from that root. You have, you know what I'm saying? Like all of us wouldn't be here without our parents. So history has to play a part. And what happens is, because of technology, sometimes technology gets in the way, because everything is fast. It's microwave. So you see everything that's going on right now. So in terms of history, the way, I'll give you a quick example. I know that Smalls broke some kind of free throw record at Rutgers, but I also know that it was Billy Bramble's record that he broke, because Billy Bramble is from Camden. Billy Bramble, you know, played in the late 60s. That's whose record he broke. But I had to have reference, because I know how good this guy was as a free throw shooter. I'm talking about Mr. Bramble. So I said to somebody, I said, man, you know how good Smalls got to be? He broke a record from so many years ago. You know what I mean? I think when you broke the record, Smalls, that record was from the 60s. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to have reference. So we today might be like, man, Wayne Smalls was great. But then somebody should say, well, whose record did he break? Because he had to be great too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of times that's how you got to look at things. It has to have historical content, and all three of the founders were very big history buffs. History was just so important.
Did you understand at the time when you got there, like the sense of knowledge that you was gaining being around them when you first got on the staff, or you was just going with the flow?
No, you knew right away. You knew that you were around greatness. It was. I mean, you got to remember, these are all college educated guys. All right, I'll give you some more history. Coach Bird, for example. Coach Bird played football, basketball, and baseball at Rutgers in New Brunswick. Think what I'm saying. A 3-sport athlete.
A Division I college.
At a and he never came off the field in football. I mean, when I say that, he was the defensive back. He played offense, special teams. He never came off the field.
Yeah.
And then on the baseball team, he was the center fielder.
Hardest position in baseball.
Yeah, he's the center fielder. And then in basketball, he'll tell you he was on the team.
Yeah.
He'll say, I was an athlete. I wasn't a basketball player. But I honestly believe had he not played football or baseball, he probably could have concentrated on basketball and been better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Who's about Stashaway?
Huh?
No, that's Pops, bro.
That's Pops.
It's Pops,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So 3 varsity.
Triathlete, huh?
Yeah, in college.
Bo Jackson, all of them.
Coach Demary, another Simbas founder, he's in Temple's Hall of Fame, and Coach Bird's in the Hall of Fame too. Coach Demary's in Temple's Hall of Fame for track and football. And this was a man that was told that the only way you'll get to college is if you're a janitor. You won't make it. And Coach Demary has his Master's Plus and was the Dean of Students. Coach Pat, who migrated to Camden from Atlantic City.
Still from Camden.
Yeah, he played 2 sports in college too.
Still from Camden.
And these are all people that you got the pleasure to.
Yeah, and just imagine in their 20s.
Mentors.
Yeah, they
all
decided
mentors,
they're going to start the Centerville Simbas. They were in their 20s.
Really?
Yeah.
I understand why you so solid though.
But I'm a reflection of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you keep me on my toes.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like you have a little one. Don't you baby keep me
but
on
hold
your
on, talking about
toes?
y'all.
Yeah.
He talking all soft spoken now. Like he ain't that. That's not what that is. That's just he talking to us right now. But coaching, he's still dead serious.
Yeah, because
still
Dead
raising men.
serious.
yeah, but think of what I'm saying.
No,
Don't
right.
your daughter keep you on your toes?
Absolutely.
It's certain things you just can't do because you have a child. So I can't tell y'all to do something and then I do the opposite.
But
so y'all keep me on my toes.
But we have a choice to do that as well. You making a choice to feel that way because that's the flip side of people. Your age. This is just what it is. It feels like I don't have to even learn from you or no. I'm set in my ways. I've done all this. Because it's what I'm saying is it is vice versa. We should be able to learn from each other, right?
Yes.
We should be able to learn from a 44-year-old, a 4-year-old, or a 44-year-old. It shouldn't matter, right? But having the humility that you have and feeling responsible, that doesn't go on all the time.
Well,
I don't think that happens all the time. A lot of people stuck in their ways.
Well, sometimes again, you have to go back to the childhood trauma. Sometimes people never get checked on. So I'm gonna give you an example, and I really don't discuss this with many people, but maybe someone needs to hear this. I'm walking down the street one time. I'm delivering the mail by myself, and I just start crying, and I cried to the point where I couldn't control it. And so we at the post office, they have numbers you can call in and get help. Called in right away, and they said, "Listen, come off the street. We need you to come in and talk to somebody." So they set me up with a psychiatrist. And she said, "Have you suffered any trauma lately?" And just by her asking me, I realized that a certain amount of young men that I had coached over the last year had been murdered. And I was just piling it inside. I never talked to nobody about it. You know what I mean? One night, even when Wayne was at work, me and Wayne got to talk a little bit. Sometimes what happens with men, and I can't say for women because I'm not a woman, we hold stuff inside so much that we don't talk about it and we don't air it out. So eventually it comes out. It's either going to come out negatively or positive. When I say negative, it's by the person's action. The positive can be this guy is now a motivational speaker and he's talking to you. You know, he said, Brother Miller, Brother Smalls, man, this is what I went through. And y'all go, wow, it wasn't just me. Mm-hmm. So now you're willing to listen. And sometimes we just set in our ways and we just can't get out of our own way. Mm. So sometimes, even when a person is negative and you saying that they gotta know better, they might not. Because that might be a norm for them. Think about it. It could be, sometimes chaos is normal. One day, I want you two to do this. Just walk down Mount Ephraim.
No.
And listen to the music that you hear coming out of the cars, and then look in the back seat and see who's back there. Could you imagine?
That's hard what you just said.
No,
That's
but
hard.
could you imagine a 4 or 5 year old hearing derogatory music every day up loud?
My kids be back there though. Oh man, I be listening to that stuff.
So that's what he's talking about though.
Yeah. So
you talking about me?
No, I'm talking. Of course not you. I'm talking about people that have no structure all day.
No foundation.
Yeah, no, but no structure all day.
And that's their normal.
Right. So you would say there's no way that should be normal to them.
But it is.
Yeah. So you start asking questions, and then they start telling you, well, this is what I go through. And now you're like, oh, that's what it is.
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a great point.
Let me just talking to them though. Just literally just talking.
See, and that's something I got to get better at myself. The empathy, you know, because we don't know.
Oh, you definitely don't know. Because if it was okay, you wouldn't have problems. There's something going on that person never discussed with somebody. And again, men, like I said, I'm speaking for men. Sometimes men are too embarrassed to say that they're vulnerable and hurting.
Not me.
Because it'll seem weak. But it'll seem weak sometimes. And I'm saying us as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was real easy for me to talk to both of y'all. But, you know, it's a two-way street.
Right.
Y'all feel comfortable with me. I sure feel comfortable with y'all.
Right.
You know, so.
Can I ask you a hard question? If you had to start with 5 players that you ever coached in Centerville Simbas, who's the top 5?
That's hard. That's hard. You gonna put me on the spot. So I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna just name one.
No, 5.
Because 5, I would leave.
You gonna have to leave.
I can name 10 different 5s.
Do
so
5. The first 5.
So the first.
5.
Do y'all remember? Of course, y'all remember him. To me, Kyle Wallace was like he wasn't. What's the word I'm trying to describe? He wasn't the right age. He seemed too advanced.
Right.
And you say, you know he's the right age because you know his people, you know his credentials, you got his birth certificate, but you like, this just don't seem right.
Yeah, he's cheating.
Yeah, and it was just phenomenal that this guy could be not the fastest guy on the field, not the strongest guy on the field, and not the biggest guy on the field. How is he doing it? And y'all know Kyle can play basketball too. Mm-hmm. And I love, rest in peace, Kyle, because I don't know if y'all both know that Kyle passed away. Nothing, you know, in the streets says anything about his character. He had cancer. That's how he passed on. But he was phenomenal.
Number 2.
Now that wasn't the order.
No, number 2.
Because you're putting me on the spot.
That's the first person you thought about. Number 2.
I thought of him.
Number 2. Number 2. Stay focused.
Wow. Because he said
question.
who I coach.
It's a hard question.
Yeah, because
it's not hard.
It's a
you
5. It's a no, but
you starting in Centerville Simbas again. You want your 5 first kids.
Oh well, see that way. I'm gonna be honest.
See now he gonna act like a coach.
Yeah, because I would pick 5 linemen.
Kyle Wallace is still here.
I gotta pick 5 linemen.
He gonna act like a coach.
Yeah, right. Stop. Come on,
no,
man.
That's how you build a team.
No, you gotta go with the line first.
Go with the line first.
I'm being honest with you because you could be the best backs. All right, I'm gonna ask you a question, Smalls. You played guard. You was a guard. If don't nobody get that rebound, You can't score.
Correct. I'm the wrong person to ask that about.
But I mean,
I gave my big man passes.
No, I'm talking about. I
love passing the rock.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm talking about them getting the rebound for you
Starts
first.
from the inside, bro. It starts from the trenches first.
So that was one of the things Coach Demary already said to me. I'm gonna answer your question.
Orlando, top 5.
So Coach Demary said to me, all the action goes on up front. That's all he used to. When we used to have games, Coach Demary said, "Don't ever watch the backfield. Watch the trenches."
All right. So top trenches guy is get him out there. So you can.
Oh, the trench guys is too hard because
no, top one trench guy. He used to move anybody. Just move everything. He used to create space.
Now this person could be two either way.
All right.
For a while, Pat Thompson was playing on the line.
So we got Kyle Wallace. We got Pat Thompson.
Number
3 is who? Man, let's stop playing games. Come on.
All right, I'm gonna go backwards. Rashad Baker,
number 3. So we got Kyle Wallace, Pat Thompson, Rashad Baker, number 3. We got number 4.
Number 4.
No order. He just naming his 4.
I gave you all the order.
You can't do it, bro.
Okay, do y'all remember? I don't know if y'all remember his little brother. Rest in peace to Kuda too. Do you remember Moss? I'm not naming Moss. He had a little brother named Kuda. Kuda didn't. He succumbed to the streets. He was a magnificent kid, but his name was Markeith, but they called him Kuda. Give a quick thing. He bet the referee, "Can you give me $5 for every touchdown?" Oof. And at halftime, he had 4, and the ref said, "I'm gonna be doing this game for free at a certain point, so it's off now." So he was special because now I'm gonna give y'all a story on him. I went and got his report card because I thought he cheated. Mm-hmm. He was similar to Kyle. There's no way you can be this talented. You know what I mean? Let me get one more. All right, just to give you 5. Bam, Goree.
Okay.
So Bam wasn't better than Kyle Wallace. That's what you trying to tell me?
I'm not.
The top quarterback in the world.
Did not say it was no order, right?
Listen, you can't. You can, bro. It's too.
And I can name 5
it's
more.
Too illustrious, bro.
I can name 5 more, 10 different times.
All right, go ahead.
And I'll still
5 more.
It's too many.
No.
We got 3 minutes. Come on, 5 more.
It's too many stars, bro.
All right. That's the first league. Second league.
Okay,
second generation. That was a whole generation.
No, I could have went younger too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now we're on the second generation.
I'm gonna tell you, how long this man coach.
I'm gonna tell you another person I want to name. This is gonna blow y'all away.
A second batch.
No, I'm going to blow you away with a name. Because y'all don't.
I guarantee you.
We had a young lady named Icebox that played for us on the lower level. So I'm gonna tell you that Coach Meach, shout out to you and your wife, because Coach Meachy played for the Simbas too, and his daughter and his son played for the Simbas. But his daughter, this is very unique. When you coach a young lady, they have no bad habits.
None.
So she's playing corner.
I've heard that plenty of times.
I told her, stay home. So guess what she says to me? What do stay home mean? I said, oh, okay. Stay here and they're going to come to you. They ran a double reverse. She just stood there. Here they come.
You got her on the backside.
She ran up and made the tackle.
Now. What would have happened if you would have said that to one of us the first time around?
We would have been aggressive. We'd have been aggressive and we got
right
caught.
Inside.
So
got caught.
She played for us.
Except me.
And guess what she did, man? She scored a 65-yard touchdown. But let me tell you that this is the only problem with coaching a little girl. And it's not even a problem because you have a daughter. Mm-hmm. She wore 3 different helmets. And every game she said, Coach, something wrong with my helmet. I'm saying, what is wrong with your helmet? Her mom came down. She got her hair done. So she had braids one game. One day the hair was up. Yeah. So you always had to have a large, a medium, and a small. Because of course she's a little girl. She wears small. Yeah. But when them barrettes and all that, I was like, oh my God. But it was such a joy to coach.
All right, so second generation, it was her. Number 2. Disrespectful. Go. This is what you know. You
listen, man. That's again. That's too
Come
much.
on, number two.
Can hold on? He had another question other than rankings. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because in all this time coaching, I can leave here and get in the car and go, oh, I forgot about. Because it's been so long. And like I might go through an article from an old article and they're like, oh wow, I forgot about. You know what I mean?
And that's a good thing that you can name them, because that shows you what came through there.
Who's the strongest man-child you coach? That was just ready. Like he was just like
he had an advantage. He had an advantage.
But
Pat Thompson had an advantage.
Other than Pat, because Pat was different.
Because he had no older brothers. You know, when you got older brothers, you don't have a choice.
Like who was just like you was just like this guy, he's gonna hurt somebody.
I'm gonna tell you who would hurt people and had a small frame. Bam's brother Devon.
There we go. That's what I want to talk about.
Helmet.
There we go.
That was his nickname.
He went to Maine.
Yeah, Coach Rowan gave him.
All right,
that
go
nickname.
ahead. That's all I wanted his.
I knew he just wanted a name.
That's how I thought it was you.
He wanted you to say he wanted you to say him or Dashawn.
Yeah, because Coach Norman.
I saw Dashawn.
Because Coach Norman.
Oh wow.
I'm his number one.
That's really what it was.
No, what is crazy? Now you said Deshaun, right?
That's how I was a better football player than you. Your coach didn't say you.
I forgot about
10
Jordy.
people. He gave a girl and everything.
Oh, God.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yo, no, see?
What?
He just said Jordy.
What?
Listen, bro, I never knew what a stinger was until I met Jordy Wilson.
Yeah.
Man,
so
that guy.
I never knew what a stinger was until I met Jordy Wilson.
That guy hits hard.
So, you had another question?
Look. No, because stick on that for a second. Like, so, how did you feel when we would go, because we couldn't play people in Camden, right? Mm-hmm. We couldn't really play people in Camden because it was just too loaded. So, we going around, we had to go to Philly and things like that, and we learning it at the time, but I'm sure you already knew. How did you feel when teams was getting older kids, the players, because we were so good? How did that make you feel?
What would happen, some of the things that y'all didn't know, what happened towards the end of the season when it got closer to the playoffs, the teams from Philly would start telling on each other.
Okay.
So I didn't know that. Yeah, they would start telling on each other. So I'm going to give you an example. One year, y'all were going. We was, I think we had 9 games, and we were having problems. So we finished 5-4. So I'm going to call the kids in to collect the equipment. I get a call, you guys got a first round bye. I said, no, we 5-4. Well, your record has been changed to 7-2 because 2 of the teams started telling on each other.
That's what happened to us in Cannon High my senior year.
So they started cheating.
Up, man.
So now in the 70s and the 80s it was worse.
Tell me about it.
So you would go play a team, and you're the same age, and you would literally watch the guys from Philly get out of cars, but they would be the drivers. And you asking coaches like, well, how would you got to be the drive? Because it's not resonating in your mind that these guys are too old. This is an honest God truth. You could ask any of the older coaches. Coach DeMary was getting mad at the center getting beat up. He put another center in. Center getting beat up again. So Coach DeMary, he's like, come on, you guys got to hike the ball. So he was like, Coach, I don't want no excuses. So the last kid he put at center didn't let Coach DeMary cut him off. He said, the coach is on the field. So he said, what do you mean? I'm on the field. He said, the coach is playing nose guard. Coach DeMary calls timeout, go on the field, and the guy trying to get behind the kids. The coach was playing nose guard. When you see Coach Rowan, Coach Drip, the coach from the Philly team was playing. So
that's how good Cannon is.
So what I'm saying, it ain't even. We were good, but think of this way. Not only were we good, but they had more people to choose from. They just chose to cheat. They chose to cheat.
Cause Camden, like we tough, we good, we got mentors, we got real coaches.
Camden,
we could fight, we could play basketball,
Camden is
football.
at a different level.
We got
For
swag.
this small 0.7 miles or whatever.
We wear different numbers than everybody. Like we different. Like we wear a chin strap, unstrap.
You've been, how long you been coaching?
I coached for 30 years.
30 years, right? So you've seen a lot of kids that went on to have success in a lot of different fields and professions. You know, we could be here all day.
Right, sheesh.
How does that make you feel? Even if you just brush shoulders with them, you mentored them, you coached them, and how does that make you feel from your 30 years?
I'm gonna tell you, like most people would think of sports, but when a couple guys I coach call me coach and they lawyers, that's when it's like, wow, this is, you know, we had
birthday painters.
Whatever. He was saying like the different fields other than sports. Like say for instance, it was what was he doing?
That's a nice
guys with school teachers. It's guys being school teachers. It's guys being coaches. Yeah, thank you. Like even with you coaching.
Oxford shirt.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just if you trying to do anything positive.
I noticed we all got all white on. We just.
I noticed that when I pulled up because remember I called and told you that I had because I left the blazer in the car because I was like I don't want to go in there because I'll see people look and go. That guy don't normally wear no blazer. I love you. Coach. I love you more. You know that, and I told you that.
Well, that's strong. Yeah, still. Black next time.
No, because to me that defines success, right? Because I think your gift. I mean, I'm not in your shoes, but just knowing you for all the years I've known you, I think your gift to the world is what you're doing, right? I think you really have a demeanor about you that if a person know you for 50 years or 5 minutes, right? I think you'll leave that room, especially on kids. I think you'll leave that room having an influence, and you'll change their life in some type of way, right? And I think this is the give back when you look at people and see what they're doing. And I think, to me, that's success.
That's definitely
a definition.
Success. Again, man, like I don't just judge young men by sports. You know, I could see them sometime, and I've actually had a guy come home from prison, and I didn't know he was in prison, and we talking, and I said, man, I never saw that side of you. And it's a guy, you know, strong, did time. And he looked at me and said, you don't know why? And I said, no. He said, Coach, you loved me as a kid. I would never disrespect you. I would never do nothing wrong in front of you. And I was like, wow. And this is, like I said, this guy did multiple years. So again.
You don't got to care about your feelings. Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah, that's how I felt. And he said that to me, and I was like, wow. The other night, I got a text from a mom who her son played for me. And she said, I appreciate you. You were a special coach. She just... You know, and I was like, wow, you know, and I'll just text back, I thank you so much. She said, no, thank you.
Man. It still feels the same way.
Yeah, so it never goes. No.
That's how I feel about you.
It's some
Kareem Ali.
Yeah, so it's some real good people from this community that have taken time to give back. And when people tell you they appreciate you, man, it's worth it. And again, that's why I say it was so easy for me to come here. Then I say you win, right?
Because I know you are very appreciated.
I wanted to be around y'all so bad.
Coach
like
Orlando,
I couldn't wait to get here.
You are very appreciated.
I thank you. I thank you.
I think you probably the only mailman that never got tried. Like I guarantee you, never got tried. I guarantee you, out of all the mail. They got all types of discrepancies that's going on.
Yeah, I never had no problem.
You have it. I guarantee you. See,
that's what I'm saying. Remember I said being called coach. You can hear. You see people go, hey, coach, what? You're a coach. You know what I mean?
Coach Orlando, man.
Coach is, you know, that's what I said. I like being called coach because I've been listening to people say it. And now the ages is older.
I was thinking about it. You might have been the first coach that like developed like an undefeated type of mentality of like some type of sports team in Camden. Like, you know, Camden High, we was really good, but we'll lose like one or two.
Well, see,
but Centerville Simbas, I remember when you coached,
Yeah, but see, but I'm not. I can't take credit. It happened before me though.
No.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah, it was happening
I
before me.
remember. I'm 35.
Forget no losses. We felt like we lost if we gave up a score.
Yeah, that was one time where Coach Bill said.
Think about that.
The first team wasn't doing what he wanted them to do.
He put the second team in.
So he put the second team in, and they marched a little bit, and he put them back in when they was close. And he said they better not score. Next thing you know, we scored on defense because they got a fumble or interception. I can't remember what it was.
We might have gave up 20 points a year.
Yeah, it was
like a year.
What's your ending, Coach? Like, you think you done with coaching, or you think you can go further?
Well, I don't know if you know,
right in sunset.
We was doing me and Carmen Lozada, we do a coat drive, and we also do the HBCU tour. So we've gone to 3 colleges, but then the pandemic hit. So we've already went to Cheney, we went to Lincoln, we went to Howard. We were scheduled to go to Dell State and Morgan next. So as soon as the schools open back up, we're gonna be right back on that. Okay. And on Dr. King Day, that's when we do our day of service and give out the coats. So we still here.
As long as there's nobody trying to go out for that basketball coach job.
Nah, so I definitely,
That's mine.
Let me let me end with this, because I'm just curious from your standpoint what you say about it. How you feel about Camden right now, like in 2021 and where it's going, just as a whole? Whatever
I think Camden still has the potential to be a great city. I just think that the people that are in power and in position have to continue to reach back and grab the young minds and cultivate them to be the future, because we have a lot of intelligent young men in this community, but we have to use their brains. We can't, like you said earlier, we can't keep not acting like we can learn from. We have to learn from the youth. We have to learn from the young men. We have to learn from the young women and get so much information from them and let them use it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know when to get out of the way. Sometimes you let these young people with these intelligent minds flourish. Don't let them take all this greatness and go to another city with it
and use it.
Because if you go somewhere else, man, then we lost out. So, man, again, I just want to give one shout out, if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead.
I'm going to give a shout out to my mother. My mother's name is Florence, a.k.a. Masani Council. Love you, Mom. That's it. I don't want to take too much more time.
Wait, before I get to the camera. Got something else?
My mom already knows what's up, man. I ain't trying to do all that. That's
talking about the top 5,
but. Top 5, you ready for the top 5?
Go.
For what? Canada High top 5?
Go.
Wayne Small Sr., DeJuan Wagner, Kevin Walls, Billy Thompson.
Can I give one name that his father would have given? His father.
Doc Lee.
His father would have definitely said Ron Itchy Smith. The first Camden High All-American.
Doc Lee or Aaron Walton Moss. Either one of those two.
Okay. Leave it at that.